Sherry Heil, and this is Be an Idealist, and it's sponsored by Amplified Concepts, which is a freelancer collaborative that you can learn more about by clicking the link in the comments. Today, I'm going to continue connecting idealism with marketing. If you are trying to create your ideal world, your ideal life, your ideal business, whatever it may be, it means affecting change in others. We live in a world with other people, and we want other people to do certain things that will help us create our ideal life, right? So in business, if you want to create your ideal life, you need to get people to buy from you or to attend your store, your classes, use your services, things like that. If you're trying to create an ideal life through a nonprofit, you need people who are going to support your nonprofit and believe in the mission that you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to create an ideal life through a community, you need people to participate and be a part of that community. So no matter what it is, if you're trying to create that ideal life, you need to affect change in other people. Marketing is how you affect change in other people. So as I mentioned yesterday in the video, marketing is very much tied into creating the ideal life. That's why I was drawn to marketing, is because I'm an idealist and always have been. So let's talk a little bit today about how to affect that change with the right message. There's a couple of different approaches to go to when you're trying to create your message. And I was speaking about this today in a networking group that I run each Thursday. It's a pitch practice, and we talk about how to, talk about our services in a networking environment. When you're at a networking event and you have 1 minute to pitch what it is you do, how are you going to approach it? One of the people this morning said that her goal was to just get the word out about her business. And, I hear that a lot from people, especially small businesses that are just starting out. They're like, I just need to get the word out about my business. Just because you exist doesn't mean anybody's going to care. Just because you're in a shopping center or you've launched a product doesn't mean anybody understands that you can help them. So a lot of I just need to get the word out kind of messaging or marketing strategy fails every time. And unfortunately, I hear it often. I just need to get people to know what it is I'm offering. I just need to let people know what I'm doing. And it sounds maybe cold, and I don't mean it to be cold, but I do mean it to be blunt. Nobody cares about your business. Nobody cares about what you're doing. And when I say care, I don't mean they don't care about you. I mean, you're not going to motivate them to affect change, for them to purchase from you, for them to refer business to you. Just because they know doesn't mean that they're going to make a change that's going to positively impact what it is you're trying to do. You need a messaging and a marketing strategy that's going to help affect change. Getting the word out does not affect change. There's two approaches. One approach is very similar to I just need to get the word out. And that is the get some attention, do something big, some sort of guerrilla marketing, whatever it may be, and then deliver a simple message. That works if what you're selling or what you're trying to get is kind of a commodity that people, have no resistance to change to. And they'll just be like, yep, I need to change over here. It's an easy, quick adaptation. So not a lot of emotions would be tied to it, right? Maybe urgency. There may be some urgency tied to it, but really not a lot of resistance to change, not a lot of work to make that change. That's the approach for the get attention, deliver the message. An example of that is the Liberty Mutual insurance commercial, right? It has the ostrich, the guy drives the car and he runs around, and what's his job? The guy driving the car, his whole job is to get attention and deliver a message. The ostrich is, I guess, there to get the attention, and then he gets the message. What's the message? I have it written down so that I don't forget it. It's customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, right? Simple message. We don't have a lot of emotions tied to our car insurance unless we need to, use it. But we're just paying that bill every single month. We wish that bill was lower. And, the change is, hey, you want your bill to be lower? Change to Liberty Mutual. We'll customize it so you only pay for what you need. Easy, simple message, get the word out. Somebody's looking at their bill and they're going, I need to reduce this. Oh, there's that Liberty place. Let me call them. Easy. Most of what you guys are trying to do in the world, especially if you're trying to create an ideal world, is not easy, and it's not a commodity. That is not the approach you should be taking with your marketing strategy. Most of what you guys are trying to do needs to use this strategy. Great marketing starts with great empathy. What do I mean by that? Really understanding your audience, understanding their emotions, understanding their fears, understanding what's driving them, understanding their problems, understanding when it becomes urgent for them to solve that problem, understand any resistance they have to change, and making sure you're not putting any barriers to change in place with your processes. So one of my favorite brands that has a great commercial that hits it out of the park every single time with empathy is TD Ameritrade. That's the guy with the beard, and it's just a nice, calm, relaxing commercial every time. They're not going, with an ostrich picking at you, trying to get your attention. It's just nice and calm, which applies to the emotions that we have when we're like, oh my gosh, trading, scary. So they don't do the scary or hyper. It's nice and calm. And they talk about the story every single time. So like my favorite one is he's sitting there with a couple and they're at a lakeside and they're like, yeah, the living room's going to go there and the deck's going to go there. And he says, well, why haven't you built it yet? And they're like, well, we're taking care of mom and we've got the kids in college. And then the message is trading or investing for today and tomorrow. The other one that's great is the woman who's like, I have this reoccurring nightmare that I'm dressed in a hot dog in retirement because she's afraid about, am I doing enough to be able to afford to retire? And so I think that one's called anxiety or something like that, or the feeling is one of those, is the title of that commercial. But every single commercial hits it out of the park about how people are feeling, and that TD Ameritrade is there to help them through the journey. The one thing they don't do in the commercials, because they have a limited amount of time, is tell you how. They don't go through we have all these products and we have all these services, and here's a list of everything we can do. He may touch upon one thing that they have, but he doesn't even go that deep. And for me, I'm sitting there going, oh, they get me. They understand me. They know my emotions. Let me call them and see how they could help. Once somebody connects, once your brand, once you connect with the person and show them you understand the emotions, your customers or the people you're trying to influence are going to say, how can you help me? And the second they say how, you've got them in so you could guide them along the way. You don't need to say how you can help them in the messaging. You don't need to go through, here's the list of everything I could offer in your messaging. What you need to do in your messaging is say, I get you. I understand you. I can help you. And then that's it. And if they believe you get them, if you believe you can help them, they're going to say, how can you help me? And that's when you can begin to affect change and create your ideal world. Hope that helps. Have an idea day.